inter-ocean sailing yacht, and it's a very nice model, but it hasn't got a name on it, but it's a very old style. This model is of the Kon-Tiki, a craft that was built from balsa and sailed across the Pacific. But I can't remember, I think it was Thor Erickson or somebody like that, and him and his crew sailed this homemade craft all the way across, and this was the first record for this type of craft. Before that it would have been done by the natives of the Pacific, and they built this to prove that it could be done. This craft is the Flying Cloud, and it's a Royal Naval ship. As you can see, it flies the Union Jack at the top of the mast, and the ensign at the rear on the stern. This has got no name, it's just a standard sailing ship from obviously 1800s. It's a Chinese junk, carries a couple of cannons light armament, and I bought it at boot sale. It's in a bit of a state, but it's not bad. Probably only gave a couple of pounds for it anyway. This sailing ship is the Endeavour. It's JK4, and it took the Americans Cup back in, I believe, the 1930s. One of the few times that we've actually won the cup. Eventually I actually saw the hull of this craft beached at Brighton Beach in UK, and it was then broken up. They couldn't refloat the hull, which was very sad at the time. But it was on the beach for months and months and months. In the end they just broke it up. This craft is the Great Britain, built by Brunel in England. We're on the smaller models now. These are very small, but as you can see, it's flying the British flag, and it was propeller driven, screw driven, although carrying sails. I don't believe they ever use them. Here we have HMS Warrior, built in 1860, and it was the first ironclad battleship in the world, and it was very successful in its time. And it was also said that the naval chiefs, the Admiralty chief, said they wouldn't give it praise because the men on board couldn't use the sails. So because it was steam driven. HMS Warrior, 1860. This ship is the HMS Bounty, famous for the mutiny on the Bounty, and Mr. Christian, and whatever. And in Charles Lawton did a film of it. He was very over the top. But the captain of the Bounty, when they were cast adrift by the mutinous crew, actually managed to sail to safety and raise the alarm. This craft is the Helicon, and doesn't carry any armament. It's just a small sailing craft. Here we have the Mayflower. And we all know the story of the Mayflower. Going with the Pilgrim Fathers to USA and discovering it and making a settlement, although they weren't the first there. But this is a very famous ship. This ship is the Cutty Sark. This is a small model that I have of it. I have a larger model as well. And 1869, and recently in Greenwich, when they were restoring the original craft, and it's a T-clipper, it caught fire, but it's almost restored back to its original condition now in London. This ship is the Batavia, and it was wrecked in Australia, and the crew mutinied, and I've actually got video of this when I went to the museum at near Perth, Fremantle, and it's got a whole display, so I will include sometime in the future video of my visit to the museum. You may find it very interesting. Here we have the Cutty Sark again, but this is a larger model, famous T-clipper. So this is the larger model of the same craft. It's a model of a small French craft called Calais, and fairly standard rig for that type of craft. We have a model of a trawler, not sure of the nationality, but as you can see, it's got a bit of net hanging over the side as well. This ship is entirely made of brass, something I picked up, and it's got these flags on the sails. I'm not quite sure what they are. Might be Spanish, not sure. It's one of those things I picked up at a swap meet. Here's my largest model, and it's HMS Bounty again, and carries several guns, and quite a nice model. Here we have a picture of HMS Victory. This ship carried quite a few guns. That carried quite a lot of guns. I can't remember now. We'll zoom in on it. You can see. Now I bought two models of the Victory off of eBay. Okay, that's Victory, HMS Victory. Now neither ships support the number of guns that they should have. The one on the left is only a 3-decker. The one on the right, which the seller did explain that it was just Victory and not intended to be the original ship. But neither ship supports the number of guns, so my intention is to make one ship out of the two models, alright, and paint it in the buff colour between it, because HMS Victory was a 3-decker carrying over 100 guns, including carronades. So hopefully at a future date I'll be able to show you the finished model. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope it's been entertaining.